What's up, YouTube? Zero here, and welcome to the place where gamers, witches, wizards, and superheroes unite. Today, I have an epic Alice build in Shin Megami Tensei V. Now, in this video, I'm going to go over the build that I have for Alice, so I'm going to go over the skills, the resistances, and the skill points that I have for Alice. Then, I'm going to get into some gameplay and talk about why these skills are amazing to have on Alice and why she can be an asset to any team. No matter what you have for your no Hibino, Alice can be crucial to any team. So without further ado, let's get into the build. First, you can see the HP and MP on the screen. That's at 206 and 270 respectively. The resistance is resistant to light and absorb dark. The stats, we have strength at 7, so don't try to attack with her. Vitality at 27, magic at 49, agility at 34, and luck at 37. Now for the skills, Die For Me is her bread and butter move. It's a unique move, 2 to 5 medium dark attacks to random foes. And of course, dark attacks have a chance to insta-kill when striking a weakness. Now Mudun, which is a heavy dark attack to one foe. Again, a chance to insta-kill when striking a weakness. Spirit Drain, weak almighty MP drain attack to one foe. Then we have Lullaby, a chance of inflicting sleep to all foes. Resist Light, of course, is going to give us that resistance to light. Zanma is going to be a medium force attack to one foe. And Dark Pleroma is going to increase dark attack damage. So now that we've gone over the skills, the stats, and the resistances, let's get into some more gameplay and talk about why this setup's amazing and why Alice should be in your team. First things first, let's talk about the passive abilities. Dark Pleroma is pretty obvious. Alice's bread and butter are dark type attacks. Die For Me is an amazing move, and Mudun is also a fantastic move for Alice to have, so Dark Pleroma is just going to enhance those abilities. Resist Light is another obvious choice. Alice's only weakness is to light type attacks. Giving her Resist Light now turns one of her weaknesses into a strength. So having her with Resist Light is extremely important for her defensive capabilities. Her HP is not that great, so giving her resistance to light is pretty amazing and makes her a little bit more defensively sound. Now, Die For Me and Mudun are pretty obvious. Those two are amazing dark type attacks. Die For Me hits random enemies but is insanely powerful. I've hit enemies with resistance to dark type attacks and it still decimated their health. Mudun is a lower MP move that targets one enemy, but also a fantastic dark move for Alice to have. Spirit Drain is going to be fantastic for Alice. Now, we saw Alice's physical attack stat. We don't want to be attacking physically with Alice. It's really low, it's not great. We want to make sure we're focusing on our magic type attacks, such as Die For Me, Mudun, and Zanma. So we want to make sure that the MP gauge is going to be filled. Spirit Drain is going to help us do that by draining the enemy's MP into Alice so she can continually keep her MP up and continually attack with dark type attacks. So that's going to be pretty important for Alice. Now again, the attacks, Die For Me and Mudun, are fantastic dark type attacks for Alice, but what about Zanma? Now, around this point in the game, you're going to start encountering a lot of enemies that are weak to force, and as you are around this level, you're going to fuse Alice around level 41 if you continue to build her level up so she's viable. I know I've continued to level her up, so she's at my level. My no Hibino currently is at 50, so I have Alice at 50. The bosses, as you keep going towards the end of the game, a few of them are weak to force type attacks, which is why I give that to Alice. On top of that, the enemies that resist dark, or even worse, block dark, you're going to want another move, and I think Zanma is a pretty good one to have. A force type move that allows Alice to utilize magic against enemies that either resist or block dark, and just an overall good move to target some enemy's weakness. And finally, Lullaby. Sometimes inflicting status on enemies, especially groups of enemies, is nice to have. So Lullaby, inflicting sleep on opponents, can be really nice to have when you're having those random encounters or when you're taking on abscesses. So this is an absolutely fantastic build to Alice, and I recommend anyone using it. This is going to be a great build to take Alice all the way to the end of the game through the end game bosses. Let me know what you think of the build. Let me know what your build on Alice is in the comments section below. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, feel free to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button for more Shin Megami Tensei content. Till next time, peace.